Gentlemen, I am BDLM, coming with my buddy J4Y, bringing you game number 2 of virtus.pro versus mTw from the Western Qualifiers. What is going on, man?
Not a whole lot. Great game one. I don't know why my voice just went crazy like that, but nah, it was a really exciting game one there. We saw some interesting pickups and different strategies implemented there. The Tinker, of course, is the one I have to talk about the most. You know, very interesting to see him in that short lane game. They had tons of farm. They tried that early push strat, but just couldn't break through. VP took the win, and now we're here to game 2 to see if we can draw this out to game 3. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good, you know? I mean, man, these games are so awesome. This feels like the Invitational already, man. There's so much riding on these games just to get into that tournament. It's just like, oh man, I hope this team can pull it out so they can get to a best of 3, and then maybe they can get to the game 3 and pull something out. I mean, it's so awesome already. I'm so excited for San Francisco. Fingers crossed for the tickets. Hopefully I can get my nice spot in the line, camp out.
I'm very disappointed. You just said San Francisco. And, well, I'd love to go to San Francisco with you sometime. We're going to Seattle for this tournament.
Seattle?
So
I'm not.
Are you going to make a pit stop over to San Fran just to?
I'm going all over the place, my friend.
That's well, great for your journey, but we're going to try and land back here at the international stuff in the meantime. So, anyways, let's hop into these bands because they're coming out kind of quick already. We started off with this Broodmother and Like. Now, we did actually see both these banned in the first game. In the first set of bans, so not a big surprise. Obviously, really strong pushers as well as just high damage dealers. Really hard to deal with, and then of course the Chen. What do you think? Just kind of typical bans coming out here.
Absolutely. I mean, mTw, they really don't like Lycan. They also really don't like the Darkseer in recent days. So I can imagine that's probably going to be Cinderen's next ban. Just look to get him out of the way. But yeah, the Broodmother is so hard to deal with. The Chen, just a really strong hero overall, and of course Hand of God. They just really are looking to try and take out these heroes they just don't want to deal with.
Yeah, it's going to be common sense. There you go. You get it right on the nail. Darkseer coming out as a second ban here. And like you said, it's just some captains just don't really have a great, strong answer for certain heroes, and they just want to take them out completely. Even though they might not be like the strongest in their eyes, they're like, we just don't want to have to deal with, let's say, his Surge or Vacuum ability in this game. So yeah, take him out with Lycan. Now we're going to see these two last bans come out before the picks. So I guess I'm trying to see here. I remember first game, the only bans I think we're missing are Queen of Pain and I'm having trouble remembering that last one. But we're going to see if maybe they go for that similar ban, or now that they're actually first pick instead of second, third, maybe they're going to try to. It was Nature's Prophet. That's what I was trying to remember here. And let's see if they're going to go with that ban or force mTw to actually have to ban that out, because now at their first pick, they don't have to get rid of him. They could instead pick him up first and have that, easy for the game and have a lot of pushing and ganking potential with that hero.
Yeah, we can see that Ennis is eating into a lot of his bonus time. He's really trying to plan that out. Like you said, there's sort of a lot going on here. You have to try to decide who you want to pick so that they have to ban someone specific so that you can get the first pick. It's a whole thing. The Shadow Demon actually is the one to get banned out by NS.
And then there's the Nature's Prophet. So yeah, there you go. They kind of forced Cinderen into having to ban him, or else they were going to pick him up themselves, and so he does go for it. And now they're going to have a lot of options here for their first pick. It's going to be a lot to see, maybe what kind of strategy they want to develop. If they're going to go with someone that's really popular, or maybe someone just a little out of the box. It's a little, okay. I guess that's
the popular pick it is.
Pretty popular. I guess he wants to go with that route, and not a bad choice at that. Leshrac, of course, known to be able to fit any role except for the jungling, of course. But great support, great middle, great long lane, just all around an amazing hero. Good pushing ability as well as damage dealing throughout the whole game. So no doubt a good pick there. And then here we go. Enchantress Invoker. Is that right up Cinderen's alley, you would say?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Invoker, he likes to play that hero quite a bit. Can imagine he's going to take one of those solo lanes, and Enchantress is going to fit right into the jungle. The one thing about virtus.pro, have to see what their next two picks are like. But the Leshrac, like you said, he has a lot of roles he can fit. He could support. He could take a solo lane. He could be part of a tri-lane even. There's a lot of stuff you can do with that pick. We'll have to see if they show a little bit more of their hand in the next two. Windrunner going to be the second. Sand King the third. So, yeah, there really isn't committal to any type of strategy. I mean, mTw, they really like playing hyper-aggressive strategy. They really like trying to push in early, and I really expect them to finish up with picks that will do just that. We'll have to see what the last pick here is for Syndrome, but you know, these heroes that Virtus.pro picked up so far are actually going to be really good at holding off any kind of early aggression.
Yeah, they're going to be great against that. I mean, especially you have to figure, let's say Invoker goes as Forge Spirits, and actually Syndrome recently has been going that Exort build with the Invoker, so obviously going Forge Spirits is a no-brainer there. Being able to keep up that push, especially with Enchantress, you know, they might actually go for more of a pushing strategy this game. We'll have to see what direction they want to take that. But yeah, Sand King and Windrunner, all these heroes have great like lane clearing abilities. So you know, even if they get that pressure, you know, they can handle it pretty well, like you were saying, with that early game high damage moves. But it's kind of curious to see that Sand King pick up. I'm just a little curious about that. Just Lone Druid. But yeah, I mean, it's just like he's going to have to fit more of a roaming role. Normally only picked up this early to counter heroes such as Broodmother, you know, who most people have trouble clearing those things. He has no trouble at all with his Caustic Finale. But this early, I mean, that's kind of a commitment to roaming kind of role, you would think. He wouldn't get that farm, would he?
I wouldn't imagine so. Yeah, but I mean, like you said, the Sandstorm's gonna be really good for if they have to like go into any sort of turtling strategy. And with Lone Druid knocking on the front door, you can imagine that mTw is gonna be looking for these early towers. I mean, Lone Druid and Enchantress, if they wind up in the same lane at the 2-3 minute mark, a tower's going down. There's really no way they're going to be able to try and put up with that kind of aggression. The first ban in the second stage for NS, actually, he gets the Brewmaster out. Can totally understand that. I don't know if I like that for what mTw has picked so far. I don't think they'd really be looking for another hero that would want the kind of farm that Brewmaster would be looking for. And they also kind of already have sort of the upfront tanky damage dealer in the Lone Druid, so that one kind of catches me a little off guard. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and he could fit in the... I mean, Panda's so versatile, he could fit too. Like, they would find a way for him to fit. But I agree. I mean, they do already have that nice pickup burst. The way Lone Druid's built these days, you pretty much put nothing on the hero itself. You pretty much just make your bear this beastly high damage dealing force to reckon with, and you just pop in that ultimate beast mode for him, as we were calling on our podcast, and just be able to tank that damage without having any items at all. It's what makes him such a great hero. But yeah, so it's gonna be interesting to see. But either way, that was their choice. We're not hey, it's your thing. Do what you want. Meanwhile, coming with the Lich ban, that one doesn't surprise me very much. He was actually used in Game 1 in combination with that Faceless Void, and they just did so much AoE damage. It was scary.
Yeah, I mean, it's really funny because for a while when push strats were getting really popular, Lich kind of just fell off because the sacrifice holds creep waves back so much. But he's actually been really popular. I mean, a lot of American teams actually never really phased him out completely. They were still interested in using that hero for the early lane control, and just use kind of the sacrifice just so you can continually harass with the Q, being able to do that AoE frost damage. Really good for keeping control over the lane. So yeah, banning that out because that ultimate does you a sick amount of damage. There's the Tinker ban, just way too strong. They really are afraid of a super push. Morphling now the final ban, so they're trying to take out a major damage dealer for the later part of the game from Virtus.pro. So I have to agree with that ban out.
That says something about Sox's Tinker, man. I mean, they're not knocking it. They're not thinking it's that that weak. Apparently, I mean, he did get an amazing farm, and like you said, they pushed really fast with that lineup they had. I think it was like around the 30-minute mark. There was pretty much no tier 2 towers left for VP, but they held on to their team fights. They had some really good positioning. Baseless Void kept farming up, and they eventually turned it around and came back and won it. But like I said, there's nothing to shake a stick at. So that was like an old 60s reference, but anyways,
well, there you go.
We're just rolling with it. It sounded pretty smooth. And then the Morphling ban, the last one. Wow, we're already in the pick, so let's just get these quickly going. VP goes with Queen of Pain, and Crystal Maiden actually comes up. There's your Ice Princess for you on mTw.
The lovely blonde, one of my favorites, of course. Queen of Pain, I think, is a pretty smart pickup. She's going to be able to move around a lot. You have to imagine she's going to go middle. I guess she could also take one of the side lanes and try and solo that, but I would have to imagine she's going to take the middle lane, and that's going to be nice because she'll be able to move to help the other lanes when that Enchantress does finally come out and look to push. Perhaps she can move around and try and gank that lane. Crystal Maiden, just an awesome pickup. I really like putting it on team with the Invoker, with the Enchantress. Just keep their mana flowing so they don't have to worry about being constricted.
Yeah, I mean, the Lone Druid, he's obviously not very mana-intensive at all, but I don't think they're going to use her for that aura this game. I think she's going to be more for that that Nova and just, Frostbite, getting that really good laning presence that she brings with those other two moves. So, look, I'm going to be looking to see her level those up over her aura. And then Lifestealer coming out as their hard carry in this game. Now, laning is going to be really interesting, in my opinion, here. They have a lot of options, like you said. I'm actually starting to think now that they come into this Lifestealer thing, that Leshrack's going to maybe take the middle with the Windrunner in the long lane, Queen of Pain possibly getting farm in the bottom with Sand King roaming, and then that could put Lifestealer in the jungle. It's a possibility. Who knows? They have so many choices. It's ridiculous.
That's for sure. I mean, there is a lot that they still have to do, like you're saying earlier. Just like with the Leshrack, you can't really tell exactly what they're doing. But even with this team of 5, mTw can't be too sure of how this game is going to line up. And now they have that Lifestealer who's going to be pretty good at taking down the Syllabear. We'll have to see what they decide to go for this last pick. It'll definitely be important. The nice thing, though, is Crystal Maiden does have that attack speed slow, so that will help keep the Lifestealer down. But, the virtus.pro lineup has a ton of late game. Lifestealer, the Queen of Pain, Leshrack, and even the Windrunner are going to be able to do a lot of damage if this game does go late.
Yeah, this is like AoE Central coming out from VP, actually. And there's, oh my gosh, Night Stalker. Oh, Cinderin, you're messing with us, man. Those are like the two heroes I would have guessed you would play this game.
Yeah, he's going to have to... He's going to have to throw Sock on one of them. We'll have to see who actually winds up with who. Yes, Sock will actually take that Night Stalker. I'm just going to go ahead and run through this lineup while I'm here. We have Kabop on the Enchantress. Syndrome will take the Invoker. Funzy on the Lone Druid. And Mad on that Crystal Maiden.
Mad. And then over here on the Radiant team, we've got KKY going on the Lifestealer. We have Santa on the Windrunner. We have Scandal going on Leshrack again. This is the second game he'll be doing that. We have NS going for that Sand King, and then Blow Your Brain on the Queen of Pain, looking to go for this jungle here, just seeing what they can scout out here. Actually, both teams kind of going... I was going to say both teams going to their jungle. Actually, it looks like mTw wants to just have a party around their tower. I'm not exactly sure what they're going for.
I mean, it's a good place for a party. You get all that vision, just the lights out. Keeps mosquitoes away. It's just a great place for a party. I have to say, I'm really disappointed in the virtus.pro hero selection. Santa is not playing Sand King, so when Sand King does the "Who are you expecting?" Sandy Claus, he can't just look to his team and wink. I think that would be great. But unfortunately, they decide not to do that. Obviously, they're at a huge disadvantage now because Santa is not playing Sandy Claus.
Seriously, that's just
and
Pause comes out here. Apparently for 1 minute. So,
1M.
And that was actually another thing that was interesting to see. The Lycan Wolf came out. Lycan Wolf? That is a bug. I do not think he's actually a Lycan Wolf.
I don't think he is.
But does that say it for you as well?
Where I don't know where you're referring to.
I'm on the Spirit Bear, actually.
The Spirit Bear.
Who is
Let's see.
Formerly known as Lycan Wolf. He had a name change. And,
Lycan Wolf.
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, he is not one. He is, in fact, a Spirit Bear. And what he was doing, actually, was sending him around the enemy's jungle. Just scouting things out. And I don't know if he saw him or not, but he's heading back home, obviously, now. So, I guess it's a great idea. He doesn't have that return yet, so he can't, get out really easily. But still, 1,400 health. That's quite an amount to take down this early in the game, 5 heroes or not. So, I think that's a really smart idea just to kind of get a good scout, a good read.
Yeah, that's pretty smart play there. Just try and get as much information as you possibly can. Lone Druid is going to look to take this top lane. They have Invoker probably will look to head mid. Yes,
nope,
I want to say.
CM.
Solo CM mid, of course. I mean, carry CM, we see it so often. He's actually going to look to go with Night Stalker. That's going to be an awesome lane. 2 slows and a stun. I love it. And then, like I said, Invoker will look to head mid. Already sitting on the 3 Exort. Just ready to blow some kids up.
Oh, I was so close on the lanes, man. I was so close. Queen of Pain's actually going to be in the middle instead of Leshrack, which makes sense for the rune control, I think, and just being able to harass Invoker with pretty much...
You're in the bottom.
ease.
Crystal Maiden getting caught out. The Burrow Strike will catch her, and Leshrack draws first blood. Not a good way to start there. Unfortunately, feeding Leshrack some gold, already starting them up at about 500 in the advantage. He's got to like that.
If only she started middle. Wouldn't have had that issue.
Yeah. What can you do?
But,
Just
I mean, getting
Going
caught there, just unfortunate, you know. And it's not a big deal, of course, level 1. I mean, they did give a ton of gold, but obviously she res within like a few seconds, so she'll be right back down here to give that support. But, actually,
speaking of
Enchantress.
down here. Yeah, she's looking to go crazy down here. Sand King going to try and chase her away, but really interested in running in this Radiant jungle. Very interesting. And Matt's going to actually come up here, will lay his ward, and will also follow her buddy into the jungle. They're really looking to play his bottom lane super aggressive.
Wow, they kind of knew it. They thought Lifesteal would go for this jungle, and they're going to just try to take as much of it as possible from them now. There's another ward on Crystal Maiden that's going to be curious to see if she decides to play it here to like just completely try to keep the counter jungle going, or what they're going to do here. You see actually Sand King and Leshrac now coming for the Enchantress, but they do have the Kobold Taskmaster. Wow, these names are all off. That is a Centaur God. I'm going to just stop reading them all together. Look at this harass coming out just from the auto attack. Oh, Lifestealer though initiating on the Enchantress. Here comes Leshrac's done, going to do over half the health. Here comes the Sunstrike though, going to hit 2 here, so it's not enough damage by itself. Now Diabolical go chaining off here. Are they going to be able to do anything on here? Centaur Khan has a stun, but that's in 10 seconds. Are they going to be able to finish off this Leshrac in time? The Diabolical is only level 1, so it's not doing nearly enough damage. And this is just a ton of damage. Going to be a kill for Night Stalker. Sand King tries to interrupt it with a Burrow Strike, but it's not going to be enough, and that's going to be a 1-for-1 trade.
Luckily, they were able to pick up a kill there. I mean, the first blood and a second kill given up there. Really unfortunate. Playing this bottom lane aggressively, you know, that Nyx just realized that bottom lane was coming under pressure, decided to run over there, and obviously a good decision being able to get a 1-for-1 trade out of it. Now Sun just narrowly misses. Night Stalker wants to go in now on the Sand King. A ton of damage comes out. Here comes a Sunstrike, and that's going to be enough. Invoker will pick up the kill, feeding him some gold there in the middle lane.
Cinder is taking full advantage of that Sunstrike that's early in the game. That's the second one he's used to help out that jungle fighting, and it has been really helpful both times. That one was just a full-on hit for the easy kill. So it's, you know, great to see. Actually, middle. Queen of Pain now has 2 points in the Shadow Strike. So instead of going that max Queen of Pain that we normally see, going instead for the Shadow Strike harass damage. What do you think about that?
It's really interesting. I guess just trying to keep Invoker as far away as possible. I mean, they're both pretty much tied here in the middle lane. 9 for 5 on the Queen of Pain. Invoker sitting also at 9 for 5, all tied up there. You know, it's really interesting that they're able to hold their own. I mean, that's just a ton of harassment back and forth, really. I mean, the Exort, triple Exort just hits so hard on those auto attacks, and yeah, just the Shadow Strike is going to be able to do a ton of damage back.
Enchantress actually now looking to go back to her own jungle. She's still level 1, so she really needs now to kind of catch up and farm. She did get herself another Centaur Khan, not to be confused with Kobold Taskmaster, and going to try now set something up possibly here on this Windrunner, but still only level 1, so maybe she's going to keep trying to farm instead. Oh, going to probably pick up this extra mob here. Yes, he is. Now there's 2 mobs going to be set up here. The bear's going to start slowing her down, but she does have the Windrun, so this could be a possible easy escape. Here comes the stun. It's going to land. Are they going to be able to have the follow-up damage? There comes a nice little nuke. Is it going to be enough, though? Enchantress going with those auto attacks. The bear is running, but oh, no, not enough follow-up, and it's not going to be enough. He's going to survive and pop off that healing salve and be just fine.
This is really unfortunate. Enchantress is running around, spending so much time moving, not picking up any experience. I mean, really good attempts to try and pick up some kills, but there's not able to make anything happen with it. Here, middle, looks like Synderen is actually going to be able to pick up a nice double damage rune, hopefully can give him some advantage here in the middle lane. Now popping up some quasts, looking to regenerate some health. He has finished his magic wand that will hopefully be coming to him shortly on this mystical, magical flying donkey.
Gonna be initiation here. They're gonna throw the orb for some damage, but she's got the wind run still. Sunstrike gonna land perfectly actually on the wind run, but it's not enough damage because he's only level 3. But still great harass. She's out of regen. She's going to run all the way back to base, giving this lone druid plenty of time to free farm, deny creeps, and just keep control of this lane. So while she's low level, that's the beauty of Enchantress. As we discussed before, she can still get all these creeps with no trouble at all.
Yeah, I mean, she'll be able to just keep running around here, pick up some of these big creeps, getting a lot of these setters, but that's going to be...
bottom, Sand King actually getting initiated on. Is the Sunstrike going to land? Yes, it is. Leshrac taking a heap of damage, but look out, here's the support. Sand King going to use on Night Stalker, followed up by Lifestealer. Is it going to be enough damage to kill him? I don't know. It looks like it. Yes, it will be, and that's a good job setting up the kill there on the Night Stalker.
Yeah, unfortunate to have him go down there. He was having a pretty good time there at that bottom lane, but Lifestealer, again, coming over to help his buddies out, and they're able to pick up a kill for it. I have to see it. Lifestealer looks like he's going to be trying to rush that armlet, already sitting on the Helm of Iron Will. Just an awesome item to start with just for while you're jungling, especially health regen and armor. I'll take it. any day of the week. Leshrac sitting on some nice boots from his early farm, but so is the Crystal Maiden. Already has the boots. Good start for any support, I think.
Absolutely. I mean, if you, boots at this point in the game is like a miracle for support, especially at CM, who's always just sacrificing herself for the greater cause, especially the ones that die really early. Actually, Enchantress in some trouble. Here comes the start from the Lifestealer, going to slow her down. Here comes the Sunstrike, but that's not going to be enough to save him, unfortunately. But here comes some huge damage, actually. Crystal Maiden picking up a kill. An orb hits both heroes. Is going to be enough. The negative earn charge is on the Lifestealer. Is it going to tick for enough? And he is going to fall to the Invoker. Now the Night Stalker gets the slow here on the Leshrac. The Shadow Strike is going to be a decent slow, but is it going to be enough? Okay, actually turned around here. Crystal Maiden taking a whole ton of damage, but that look how much that her Urn is healing her up. She's almost back at full. Using the Frostbite plus the slow. Is this going to be enough damage? Oh my gosh, the Queen of Pain is not going to fall. Unbelievable. And now the kill on the Crystal Maiden. The Sand King is going to pick that up, and wow, what a back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, you know, mTw started that really well. I mean, they realized they're getting close to that Tier 1 tower, decided to turn it around, but Mad just really wanted to get himself another kill, and unfortunately paid for it with his life. They're unable to pick that up. Very unfortunate. 5-5, though, all tied up. Not too shabby. The Night Stalker now back in this bottom lane. He has finished the Urn of Shadows. Really nice, like you said. It came in handy that last fight. And, you know, really good presence of mind by Sock there. He realized the rest of his team was there to try and finish up that first kill, so he just continued on trying to go for the Queen of Pain, or past the Queen of Pain, to try and pick up another kill. Smart play by him. And now we actually see Leshrac going to the top lane, so they might look to try and gank this lone Druid.
Who, by the way, apparently was able to solo Windrunner by himself.
Oh,
which is really, really difficult to do with the Windrun. I mean, she can dodge. She can, oh, there's actually another batch. This is a bait. Here comes the Leshrac. If he can land this stun, it's all definitely a kill. And there we go. With the power shot, going to be an easy kill down on him. He's been up there way too long. He needed to buy anyways, probably.
Actually, here bottom, we have an exchange. Crystal Maiden now slowing the Sand King, who went in on her originally. They don't have anything to knock Sand King out of this Sandstorm. As we can see, still 34 seconds left. Here comes the Sunstrike. They want to try and get this. Do they have enough AoE damage? Even the Set are helping out, trying to send in that orb. Do they have anything else? Looks like, there you go. Crystal Maiden waiting around, able to pick up a kill with that Crystal Nova.
She's tied for leading the kills on her team. Just what a force to be reckoned with.
We called it.
I was telling you, she's got the 3 in Crystal Nova and the 2 in Frostbite. So yeah, going for that huge laning presence, which I definitely would expect to see her do. With that Urn on top of it, they're able to just have so much laning presence. It's like really hard to prevent unless they have enough burst damage to take these heroes down. Now going to push this Tier 1 tower. There's going to be no defense set up, and you know the power of Enchantress. Actually, probably almost expected to come early, to be honest. But either way, going to get that nice 460 gold global gold for the team. It's going to help out everyone get that next little item they need.
Yeah, we were tied for kills, and no towers had gone down before that one. We could see the gold graph is actually sitting right at 0. Both teams keeping up with one another, and now, of course, that tower kill, see, it's starting to go into the favor of mTw, getting a little bit of an advantage here, but you know, still really all-around close game. Enchantress, you know, being aggressive, playing in that bottom jungle, able to help take out that tower. Really interesting to see her go for that tower and actually be able to bring that down before the tower top.
Yeah, now, another interesting with Queen of Pain, she's got the level 7. Or no, I'm sorry, she just hit level 8. Up to level 7, though, she still didn't have her ultimate. I was kind of expecting to come out a little earlier, but she's 8, she has it now. So that my point just got mooted pretty quickly. But regardless, top lane, there's 2 heroes that's kind of hiding by this this tower here. You know, they haven't been seen yet, but then again, the Druid, they're hoping that he's going to be really aggressive again. And in the meanwhile, bottom lane, just a lot of farm is getting wasted, experience and gold, both.
Yeah, and you know, Funzy playing this really well. Doesn't want to push up too far, so he just goes over into the jungle, takes out a creep camp. You might as well. Actually, now he might actually get taken down. We'll have to see the Windrunner after him. Here comes the stun from the Sand King. Are they going to have enough damage? The stun will land. The shackle will also land. A power shot goes through, but look how tanky this lone Druid is in his beast mode. Here comes a TP. Will they be able to save him? No, but maybe this Night Stalker can get some vengeance. It is nighttime after all. Is he going to be able to come after NS? It looks like the Sunstrike will be too far forward, expecting him to run. Sock is just going to try and wait it out, though. He's going to try and hide, see if he can bait him out of the Sandstorm. NS doesn't have enough mana to go back into it, so if Sock really wants to wait around for another 23 seconds, he might be able to pick up a kill, although, oh, there you go, now enough mana for the Sandstorm. But you know what, Sock's like, alright, I'll just sit here safe, pick up some creep kills, no big deal, I can wait around.
It's just silly. Here's a Sunstrike. Is he going to move? No, he's not. He's so very hurt. And here comes someone. Oh, there it is. The kill from CM. That's the third time now. Just terrific. She has done a fantastic job knowing how to hit that sandstorm. I don't know how she aims it, but she does a great job nonetheless. Another great kill. Being in the middle, a lot of pressure being put on this Queen of Pain. Look how much damage with that Cold Snap plus X-Word charges. So much harass. It's so painful to watch.
Yeah, having to pop that bottle to go through it. Actually, she's looking to try and go here on Cinder and lands the ultimate, but it's not enough damage. It looks like Willie Rain is going to get away. Walk. Oh, not quite into the Sunstrike. That was close, man. I mean, you know, that just shows you how good some of those other Sunstrikes are. I mean, that's how close you can be and still be far enough away. And actually, if we look here at the top lane, we can see Enchantress doing what she does best, looking to push this top tower. Night Stalker with his Hunter in the night. He's actually going to be able to keep Santa way off the tower. Now getting the shackle. It won't lash, but they're going to try and land another stun. Are they going to be able to take him down? Yes, they do. Windrunner will land that final hit. Oh, Mad wants to try and go in, but he realizes he's in danger. Backs off. They get the tower. So a decent enough exchange. Probably fairly even when you consider that was Night Stalker who was taken out.
Bottom. Leshrac going to get initiated on here. The good Cold Snap going to finish him off. But they are going to get the tower, so not completely dying for nothing. There is no deny. So I guess you probably say that was worth it in his own opinion. But he will fall for that tower. So both Tier 1 towers are going to drop over across the map. Putting the advantage still, though, in the favor of the Dire by just that one tower. And you're probably going to have to expect them now to go middle and push that next one with that Enchantress power.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the graphs, looks like there's just a little bit of a lead here for mTw, sitting on a couple thousand. Actually, here at the top lane, look at this Night Stalker moving so fast. He wants to try and go in, but 2 TPs immediately means that the Night Stalker is going to have to back off. The Sunstrike did not land to take him out, so he's just going to have to go back to farming. But yeah, that's a Night Stalker at night. So hard to deal with. They felt that they needed to bring in 2 heroes to try and deal with him. I mean, that's just how strong he is. Now sitting on an Ogre Club, so plenty of extra health.
Yeah, he's going to go for a quick BKB. I mean, that's obviously the smart decision here. With Queen of Pain, Leshrac, Windrunner, and Sand King, you do not want to have to be able to take magic damage if you can avoid it at all costs. So, really good choice there. I mean, he could go for the Scepter if he so desired, but I'm not going to expect that. Now they're going to look to push middle, but just went daytime. And he already used his ultimate, so this is not going to be quite as fast a push as they want. Here comes the Radiant support, actually. Queen of Pain sitting on the high ground. Going to look to try to drop that ulti in 3 seconds if she's got a good line for it. Crystal Maiden looking really squishy and tempting there in the middle. Are they going to have what it takes, though, to do this? Good power shots to kill this creeps. Here we go. Is there going to be a deny? And no, Lone Druid is going to, in fact, pick it up just with the Spirit Bear. Meanwhile, Windrunner going to get a little bit initiated on, but it's going to be fine. So good pickup by the Spirit Bear. Actually, that's its tooltip now. It doesn't say it's a Lycan Wolf anymore.
Well, there you go. That's a good correction. I think I like it. Yeah, I mean, he's just so good being able to do that extra 40% damage against buildings. I mean, it's so hard to try and deny towers against him. I mean, yeah, that's the nice thing. You know, mTw knew that Queen of Pain was up there. She accidentally auto-attacked as Night Stalker ran by, and they were like, you know what, I think we still got this. Have enough presence at this point in the game that they were able to stay there and pick up the tower kill, as virtus.pro actually look to go up into this top lane and maybe try and get a tower for themselves.
Ooh.
They actually get revealed here. The ultimate coming from the Sand King. Is he going to be able to put out enough damage? Yes. All 3 of those heroes able to take down the Night Stalker. There you go. And they're actually going to have now some room to be able to take this top tower, perhaps. The only other hero in the area is Kabop on the Enchantress. But upcoming TP, they want to try and defend this. Sand King actually will look to find the Enchantress, perhaps. They place that ward behind it. They want to know exactly who's here. Another TP coming in. Enchantress creeps now rushing up. They want to try and see if they can stun somebody, but there is not going to be an engagement up here. Enough TPs from mTw will hold off the Virtus attack.
Yeah, really good job defending it. Oh, initiation on Crystal Man.
Yeah, she gets stunned there, and oh man, the ultimate from the Queen of Pain, not enough, but the auto attack will be enough, able to take her out. Unfortunately, they almost got out of that whole set up top without losing anything for it, but fortunately that Crystal Maiden just wanted to, you know, poke about, see what was to see, and unfortunately lost her life because of it.
Yeah, it's definitely unfinished. And actually now they're switching over to middle here. Are they going to look to just push this with the Lifesteal and the Sand King? Sand King's just kind of hanging around, looking to do his own thing. Lifestealer's like getting tons of farm in the meantime. Has the armlet already up. So that's a really nice choice. Obviously, you're going to be able to use that well to survive different situations. You know, and you'd have to figure next he's going to go for some nice high damage move or item, possibly Stygian. We'll have to see what he decides to go. But yeah, the Crystal Maiden just so bursted down. You'd think after all those kills, you know, she'd be a little tankier at this point, but
what can you do? Yeah, I mean, I'm actually looking at the gold per minute right now, and, you know, that Life Stealer, who we haven't gotten to talk about a whole lot, sitting on the highest farm for his team, but that's still behind 3 Dire Heroes, so he's going to have to pick that up if he looks to try and take his team into the late game, because right now we have Funzy sitting on 351, and Cinder on the Invoker, 381 gold per minute.
Has a ton of farm come out. The only thing that's really surprising me is that how the Enchantress is just so far behind. I mean, it's not a huge surprise. We did say she was trying to help out the lanes a lot, which she did, but that put her so far behind. Now she's trying to play a little bit of catch-up, unfortunately. So she's only just hit now 6, so she can start using those impetus, which will help a lot.
Here in the middle lane, we actually have the Night Stalker with an invisibility rune. He's going to look try and go in on Santa. Are they going to have enough? Here comes the stun. No, the Sunstrike will miss, not providing that damage. Unfortunately, just a little bit off. Crystal Maiden now getting chased down again. Med really just doesn't want to die again, but he just might have to. Oh. In comes the Burrow Strike from the Shackle, but a good Force Staff from, I imagine, Synderen is going to actually save him, and now they're going to be able to get some revenge on the Sand King, perhaps. There's the dust, and there's the kill. Night Stalker picking up the kill on the Sand King.
Really good turnaround. That was a beautiful Force Staff reaction. She was most certainly going to drop from the Leshrac stun if she did not get moved out of there in time. So really good heads-up play there by Sind. And now they're looking to switch over. Yeah, they're going to go, it looks like they're going to go for this Roshan, who according to my thing is a Skeleton Warrior. But I think he's a little tankier than that. So we're going to see if they can have the damage for this. Meantime, it is actually not nighttime yet. So kind of interesting choice there. Are they going to pop the ulti to really get the damage up, or are they just going to assume that they're not going to be challenged on this one?
I mean, nobody actually has vision of this, interestingly enough. But they do have the Nature's Attendant, so they are going to be able to heal up Night Stalker if they have